Greetings, plebs and cretins. I'm Reg McGundry, and for 434 glorious days, I have reigned supreme as World Gardening Federation champion. But alas, my title reign is no more. I hereby relinquish this championship so that it may be returned to its rightful owner. My bad. That is all. Please don't hurt me, Brock.
Camera's recording and we're live. All right. All right. Beautiful sunny day here in Marlborough. Hope it's a fine day wherever you are. Morning to you all. I hope you had a nice weekend. I certainly did. Copy that algorithm. Kia ora team, I'm Benny. Welcome to the garden. Shout out to Renee. This is the cold open of MML 66. And I'm going to do something that has become a little bit of a Monday Morning Live cold open tradition. I'm going to try something for the first time that I got from the Marlborough Farmers Market. Today, it's Hogarth chocolate, handmade in Nelson. Now we sell this on the information kiosk, the People's Kiosk. And I've never tried it before, I've heard good things, so I'm going to try it for the first time today. This is Manuka honey and cacao nibs. Cacao nibs. Phrase. We've got a wind around today. Oh no, we find so straight away this little card with a QR code. Very good little marketing. I look forward to finding out more about Hogarth chocolate using the QR code later on today. QR code. QR code. Nice packaging. Gold. All this classy. Speaking of gold, anyone who tuned in on the YouTube version, the widescreen version of this episode of Monday Morning Live will have noticed that it's been an eventful morning. Reg McGundry just joined us, and he has vacated the World Gardening Federation Championship. If you've been watching on YouTube, you'll know why. Keep watching, and you'll find out even more. So a nice easy tear, and we'll take, oh, okay, so it's in one big long chunk. Oh, I see the little cacao nibs. Cacao nibs. It's kind of, oh yeah, on the back there, that's cool. Break off a little bit. Right. Manuka honey and cacao nibs. Very nice. It's a very dark chocolate. 70% cocoa. 70%. The different flavours have different amounts of cocoa. Oh wow. It's kind of cool. It's very dark chocolate. You can taste the honey. And the cacao nibs, they give it just a little bit of crunch. Speaking of crunch, we've come down to the crunch. In fact, you could say it's crunch time. In fact, you could say it's time to say, welcome to the garden, and welcome to Monday Morning Live, where as always we'll spread love and give flowers with Monday morning shout-outs to anyone who joins us live. We'll take a look back at the week that was. We'll take a look at the week ahead. We'll do some live gardening. Today, I'm continuing my one-man quest to make kale great again. Look back at the week that was, look ahead, blah, 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 live gardening. We'll have a final thought before we go today. And keep watching. There's a few surprises in store. Have I done the proper intro? All those things and many more are coming up right here, right now, on Monday Morning Live. Well, let's kick off with a look back at the week that was. Bit of a mixed week in terms of sporting results. The Warriors had a loss, effectively ending their season, their hopes of the playoffs for the season. The Knights had a victory, thus keeping alive their slim chance of making the finals this year. The All Blacks had a loss. Tell you who's a big fan of the All Blacks, that's my dad, Daddy-O. Shout out to Daddy-O, who had a birthday last week. Now, even though the All Blacks lost, there was something very positive that came from what happened after the game. At the post-match press conference and the interviews after the game, both the coach and the captain said similar things. They said, we need to own this loss. We need to look at ourselves, take a look at ourselves in the mirror, and find out what we did wrong so that we can be better. I think that's a real positive change. Under the old regime, there would have been a lot of talk of, oh, the other team played really well and full credit to them. But no, a really positive change to the culture of the All Blacks, owning the loss. Speaking of change, and I'm not talking about this kind of change. This is the change that we use. We've got a little jar of coins. We're starting to use this change, these coins, as a little reward for Corbin and Eliza. When they do something exceptional, an amazing piece of bravery or kindness, stepping outside their comfort zone, whatever it may be, to earn themselves a coin. And we put it into their little container, and then at the end of the week, we'll go off to the dairy and get some treats. We used to just pay for the treats ourselves, but I think it's a good change. Change is going to be a little bit of a theme of this show. Also want to give a shout out. In fact, I want to give a Monday morning mega shout out to the New Zealand Olympic team for the most successful Olympic, campaign of all time. Fantastic work. What else happened last week? Oh, now, just a quick retraction. Now, I said last week on the show that we'd finished planting the strawberries out at Golden Mile. We managed to find some more somewhere in one of the chillers. But now we have officially, finally, planted all the strawberries. And now we can just watch them grow, we can watch them flower, we can watch them bloom and blossom and ripen. And it won't be long before I'll be eating strawberries right here on Monday Morning Live. So, sporting results were mixed. Great time at the farmers market yesterday. Obviously got my chocolate. What else happened? Oh, Eliza made this little car. She wanted me to show you. She's attached the wheels. It's like a toothpick going through to keep the wheels on. She's painted it. And she's written Sammy on the top. It's so sweet. Sammy was our cat that passed away a few months ago, and it's still hard to come to terms with the change of not having Sammy around. What else happened in the week that was, folks? Great time on the farm. Farmers market was good. It wasn't as cold yesterday, so it was a much better turnout. Let's take a look at the week ahead. Another great week on the farm. There's all sorts of jobs. My mum came around and she said, "What's the next thing on the farm?" And I'm like, "Boy, where do I start? There's so many things to do, but hey, we'll get them done." There's so many jobs to do, so much hard work ahead, but it's all worth it so that we can have fresh, local, seasonal produce at the Marlborough Farmers Market every Sunday. What else is coming up in the week ahead? The Knights will have another win, no doubt. What are they playing this week? They're playing the Dolphins. A bit of a mixed bag, but we'll see how we go. Right, let's do some live gardening. I mentioned at the top of the show that I'm going to restart my one-man crusade to make kale great again. So I'm going to plant some kale today. Now, I'm going to plant it, a little bit later on, I'm going to plant it into one of our old faithful 10 litre pots. That's why we're here. I'll give you an update on our garlic. We planted this a month ago. We planted one of them sort of the right way up, one of them upside down, and two of them sideways. And you can see that all four of them have germinated. Just proves what my good friend Stephen at Golden Mile says, they know which way is up. And for today, we're going to be planting kale. Now this particular variety, it's funny because it's called boar coal. Anything with the word boar in its name can't be that exciting, but that's why we're on this crusade to make kale great again. We're going to use the Benny's 6100 series seedling extractor, otherwise known as a knife. We're just going to make a little hole in our pot here. This is a premium potting mix. Now we're going to do it in, as I say, a couple of different ways. We'll do it in our 10 litre pot, and I want to do it in this little decorative ceramic pot, because what could go wrong? I'm interested to see the size of the pot, whether it makes a difference in how the plant grows. First thing we do is we take a look at the roots. Now, they haven't sort of been too bound just yet, which is good. We don't need to separate them. We can pop that in. We can just firm it down, give it the Benny shake, put our seedling extractor away, and what do we need to do now? What do we do when we've planted? That's right, we give it some water, because you can never underestimate the value of water. Alright, that kale's good to go. Right, what else, folks? We've talked about the fact that it's a time of change, and change is a bit of a theme of the show today. I made a bit of a change myself in the week just gone. A bit of a change in mindset. I won't go into it, but a couple of you know what I mean. Speaking of change, the kids have gone through a little bit of change in the routine in the morning. We always like to do the same sort of things in the same kind of order, particularly when we leave. We get in the car at the same time, 8:20, and usually we have a very set routine. Corwin and Eliza and I will go to Eliza's classroom first to drop her off. We'll say goodbye, hang out for a bit, drop her off, and then I'll walk with Corwin to his classroom, hang out for a bit, sometimes go to the playground, sometimes look at some of his work, his schoolwork, hang out for a bit, and then I'll say goodbye, wave through the window. But the change in the routine is that they're at the point now where they say, you know what, Daddy, you can just say goodbye at the gate. And even though it's awesome that they're getting more independent, and you know, Corbin's teacher actually said the first day that they did the new routine after school, where now instead of me going to the classrooms, Corbin goes to Eliza's classroom, picks her up, and they come and meet me at the gate. And Corbin's teacher said that he was really excited about the responsibility of going to pick Eliza up from her class. So even though, you know, it's bittersweet because, you know, you're not as wanted anymore, you're not as needed, but it's good to have the kids showing their independence. I want to finish today with a final thought, and I'm not going to do this joke again because that's been done. Life is a circle. The end of one journey is the beginning of another. Thank you for joining me, folks. Have a great week. You can see me anytime you want on my YouTube channel, which is Benny. You can find it by searching Benny Ward. That's the letter I and Benny Ward. You can see me there anytime you want for widescreen versions of this very show. You can see me every Sunday morning at the Marlborough Farmers Market. And I'll see you next time in the garden. Somebody else has just jumped on. Who are you? I've got a couple of people watching. I want to give another shout out. Who are you? Drop us a comment down below. Sorry, Bray. Sorry, Taylor. All right. Whoa. What was that? I'm out of here. This belongs to him, and he is coming for it. Yeah. There you are.